All
Oh,
right.
that's a classic. Okay.
So look, we're gonna change up the topics. We're gonna talk about
We went from R&B to movies.
yeah, we all over the place, but that's how our group is, right? That's how
sure.
that's
For
how
sure.
unique we are. So our main topic is about friendships, accountability, minding your damn business, and she be the main one.
I be in your business.
Ooh.
We-
You're not going to say 51 to him?
we- in that moment, friendships become family.
Oh.
So we gonna talk about just friendships, period, and just like how we hold each other accountable, and when it comes to minding our business, taking a step back or jumping into things,
Crying.
yeah, and then the moment you felt like the friendship became like your family. So
So I can start. I don't mind my business with my friends. So if I call you a friend, that means I'm real territorial and I love you. So I don't mind my business. There's different levels of friendships though.
right,
If I call you bro, I'm not minding my business. You don't have no business. If I say, oh, that's my sister, you don't have any business either. If you want business, then don't call me your friend. It's fine.
Oh,
I'm perfect. I'm
damn.
okay with that. That's it. So I don't. Yeah, I don't know that. I have, but I do have poor boundaries with my friends. But I'm territorial, so like, I'm overprotective. So I don't mind my business. So
And what about the accountability part?
accountability, I'm also like, might be a little bit too direct, I guess. So I just say what I mean and how I feel when I need to. If that makes sense. So if my friend make me feel some type of way, I'm just gonna say, you make me feel some type of way. Or you want some bullshit. Yeah, that shit don't make sense. No, I don't believe you. It's a lie. Just calling people out. Holding them accountable.
And when have you been in a situation where a friendship became family? Or you crossed that bond?
So within this group, since we have two of them on the couch, me and E had a heart to heart. He probably didn't even know it was a heart to heart, but we was on the unit.
yeah, we was on the unit.
and we was
'Cause
talking about like family traumas, triggers and shit like that. And
When we all was on the unit?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we all
We all-
connected,
Yeah.
like not even
What's
realizing
so
that
funny?
we had stuff in common.
said me and E. When we always on the unit.
No,
But
I'm
we-
just saying,
we-
that's-
we all-
that's
I
the
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but
moment.
I just wanted to.
That's the moment I was like, no, that's
I
really
just
my
wanted
bro.
to make sure.
Yeah, I'm
Because
like,
it sounded
'Cause-
like she was talking about that particular.
it was that night.
That
Yeah.
particular day.
'Cause we-
like, that's
we-
really
yeah.
my bro. Like,
Yeah, because I felt like we always been cool, but we never had a heart to heart.
Yeah.
Because you was like, E, you don't really be talking about. I don't really know anything
I
about
don't
it. Yeah, like so
that's
yeah.
when he became like my bro. And then after that, we had another heart to heart. And he
Yeah.
hasn't judged me since.
Oh.
Right.
Last heart to heart.
And she hasn't judged me.
So-
since,
So
yeah.
please.
Um,
Please don't judge me.
something a little bit less serious is I got a procedure done. And baby over here came over and wiped my ass and cleaned me up. And
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Whoa.
Personally, I wouldn't do it. But the fact that she did it was like, oh shit, she fuck with me. Cause yeah. I'll pay somebody to do it. So I'll be like, oh yeah, let me just get in there. Nah. But I was like, oh yeah, she a real one. Then when I was mad at her and I cussed her out, she was like, let me just give her some space. She didn't take it personal. That's another way that you can tell like friendships is real. Like they're gonna have y'all moments, but if you don't
Right.
take it
Yeah.
personal,
Don't
let
hold
it-
no grudges.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But if you take it personal, you start talking shit, and then it's like, oh, we wasn't ever friends.
Yeah.
Like we wasn't friends. So
Brick.
J-
What?
She spaced the fuck out. Brickle, you spaced the fuck
so we're
out.
gonna find out
Yeah.
Brickle right now, because Brick, Brick. This is a topic Brickle don't open up about.
Yeah.
I thought I did. When we was on the unit. When you and Eric had the heart to heart. When? What you mean when?
We're talking about friendships and stuff. You open up about your family and
All
just
right.
you in general.
All right, so what y'all want to know? What y'all want me to open up about?
Answer the question they just asked
Right.
us.
All right, what's the questions again?
Yo, she be lost.
Don't get her
So-
no
It
more
makes it
drinks.
uncomfortable.
What's your
What's the
take
questions again?
on friendships and being able like to build a friendship and holding each other accountable and knowing when to mind your business or say, yo, I'm not minding my business. Like Amir said, like, I don't mind my business. I want to make sure like all my friends are good. And if I'm butting their business, that's my brother, that's my sister. Like, I want to know what's going on. So when like how do you see your friendships, and what do you look into when you meet somebody and it's like, yo, I consider them family. Like, so what do you look into
I
your
could
friend?
say someone that check up.
And what type of friend are
They
you?
check up on me. Somebody that can correct me. Somebody somebody that can open up to, talk to about anything.
Brickle is very. She gives you the generic answers,
Generic.
and Brickle
I'm
really.
generic.
No, you're not
No, you're
generic.
not.
No, you're not. She's not generic, but she's very like. She kind of like me in a little bit, like in some ways where she don't be saying nothing, but she has it all in her inside. She's like, I ain't saying it on camera. I ain't gonna.
She gonna say
Like-
it later.
When?
What you think?
It's not. It's
Bro, I
not.
feel
It's
like
not
you
that
are
even
real
on
in
camera.
tune with yourself and your emotions, your feelings. Burkle, y'all is nah. Now you might be like, oh no, I'm not gonna say it in front of this group, or I'm not gonna tell the world. What Burkle just gave us is what she always says, okay? A dictionary, a definition, okay? Friendship means loyalty, honesty, like being there.
Pretty much what the same thing I said at Applebee's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a Drake song. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh my god.
So how do you hold your friends accountable?
I check them. I tell them about they
All
self.
right, so we about to check you right now. That's some bullshit, bro. Okay? Some bullshit. Checking up. Nigga, you don't even answer text messages.
That's a lie.
How we checking?
Barely.
Barely?
I do so.
When?
What? Are y'all
3 hours later? 3 days later?
serious? Yo. That's not me. That's Mary.
That's you.
So we
Mary-
gonna give,
Mary-
I'm gonna give you an example
Well, hold on,
of how
well,
I said
well, hold on.
people don't really fuck with this.
Well, hold up. Time out. I didn't know that I don't be responding to text messages. And if I didn't, why ain't nobody call me out on my bullshit?
Everybody.
We all.
Y'all do.
That's why we call you Mary, Casey, Glassmeyer Freeman.
Wait. I always respond.
No,
right, well,
you
what-
always
no,
answer
no,
the
no,
phone.
no.
You never respond to your messages.
Okay, I answer my phone. Okay, that's a lot better.
But we have to call you. You don't call nobody.
Yo.
Brickle from.
Only time a text message come from Brickle is when she on a 1-to-1 and a 2-to-1 at the same time on Sunday. And talk about supervisors who butt cracks is out with dirty
Who
braids.
was the one that kept texting in the group chat and had the group chat going? Me.
When?
When?
What you mean? When?
Allegedly.
No, she
When?
did.
What
She
you
ain't
mean?
lying. She ain't lying.
Oh, wow.
When?
Talking about that other group
But
chat that
I- but
got from.
Oh.
Exactly. But
You didn't
I
get me and you left.
but I don't respond.
We gotta talk about that too. Like, yes,
We're
we
not gonna go
do.
into that.
She the one that
Yes,
don't
we are.
respond.
Yes, we are.
Because we thought we was friends in
Not
that
too
group
much.
chat. And
And
that
we
clearly
gon-
showed the
But
truth.
that's
We-
what
was-
I'm
we don't have to
like,
say
if
the
I
names,
curse-
but we
if
could-
like if we have a disagreement and I curse you out and then you don't take it personal, I feel like that's how for me that's how I know like all right, we could be friends because
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to talk to someone that's just going to tell me everything they want me to hear. Like I don't want to do that.
Right.
But with that situation, I feel like they used our friendship for their advantage. It's
Used
personally
it?
how I feel
For
like.
the culture.
Because the culture of the job changed to us people, and they was thinking, and then they needed to be, kept alive for a little bit. That's how I personally felt. Not with the one.
Yeah.
The one I feel like was really sincere, but because how he's raised to protect your woman, I feel like honestly, and I might be making excuses for him, but I feel like his
Excuses.
defense, I guess I get it in a sense, but the other one, there's no way that you said for 2 years that you didn't think we liked you. That was wasting my time talking to your white ass, okay? Not racist, I'm sorry, but that's just crazy. I'm not going to talk to somebody for 2 years if I don't like them.
And to be honest, none of us have reached out to either of them since the whole. So we had two people in the group, two extra people in the group.
Like on a one-to-one.
And they brought diversity to our group. It brought a different side perspective. But we all had a disagreement. They got different jobs. They went somewhere else. But one of them really wanted us to keep communication. We kept communication. We went on different trips. And we did different activities. They did not come to any of these.
Oh, that goes back on to what Brickle said. friendship need to be two-sided. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cause that what you're talking about now,
It
gives me one-sided
right.
vibes.
So it was no, hey, like, so recently we was going to all link up together, and we were supposed to do, what were we supposed to do, bowling or something?
Yeah.
We didn't end up doing it. Everybody, we were all at work, like literally at work. And then they text the group chat. Nobody responded because it was literally a lot going on at work that day. The group chat went blank. They decided to do something else rather than saying, yo, like, hey, like, I know we planned on doing something later on tonight. Hey, like me and so-and-so are going to do so-and-so because like nobody responded in the group chat. Just to give us a heads up. We didn't get a heads up. And to be honest, a lot of people been feeling, well, I can say I've been feeling some type of way.
The emphasis.
Been feeling some type of way. No, I haven't reached out because I feel like even if I reached out, and who's to say, like some of the audience could say, well, you didn't reach out. So, but I feel like everything's been one-sided. So it's just like sometimes I don't like to put my energy into something if I'm not getting the energy back. Just like Amir said, like everything's one-sided. So we reached out, and then it turned into a whole she say, but
victim
Mentality.
victim mentality rather than just owning up to it and just like
each other accountable.
holding each other accountable and not taking everything personal. There should have been a phone call, especially with how long we've been friends. Like there should have been a phone call.
How
I'm like,
many
yo,
of
like,
us have them?
yeah, like there should have been a phone call. And I'm like, yo, to be honest, I don't like how y'all made my girl fear, my girl feel, or I felt like you should have said this, or whatever I said to you shouldn't have came back up, or something like that. Like
But
the
I
whole.
still feel like that's not really being real with friends though, because the conversation started by me saying, "Well, I feel some type of way because I was saying how I felt,"
right.
and you played the victim and then said how I felt was not important. Didn't tell us how you feel, bitch. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Like, why your feelings is more important than everybody else in the group? It's 10 of us, mind you, 10, and one person's feelings outweigh everybody else's feelings. But we gonna not give Kieran that much attention. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you skipping y'all going, baby.
Yeah.
So you have to answer the questions.
Can you repeat the question? Y'all was on topic.
Right. And y'all talk about me.
Yeah, because it's getting heated. So we're gonna switch topics, but
I need a pillow. Like,
Leave him there.
how do you cherish your friendships, and when do you know it's a real friendship, and when do it comes to a point where you're like, yo, that's family, and I can hold them accountable, and they can hold
The
me.
questions is a little different from what you was reading.
No, that's the same question. Yeah.
Family.
And when to take a step back, just be like, mind your business, or when if you're that type of friend that don't mind their business and be like, yo, you're my friends. I want to make sure you're good regardless of the situation.
Can I take a minute?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to say I'm a loving and caring friend, and I'm always there for my friends. But Mira, my friend, she holds me accountable for everything. Like, I don't get no pass.
Nope.
It's, you wrong. Stop. Cut it out. I'm like, oh, shit, damn. Let me tell her last.
Does that like?
But I think I am in my friend's business a little bit. But then it's times where it's like, I'm like, all right, I'm mind my business.
So when Amira holds you accountable, do you have a different perspective of how to think, or you keep that like, oh, I know I'm wrong, but I'm still act like this, or hey, like I didn't look at it this way.
Both. So it depends on the situation. Gary, why are you laughing? Where my
Our
shit?
cameraman is drinking again.
he about to make her a
It's
shot.
both.
It's both.
Yeah.
I don't.
I feel like
What?
it was some bullshit right
What?
now.
She
Hold
giving
me
us.
accountable.
She giving us the brickle.
She gave y'all, cause so when I first met you, matter of fact, when I first met your other friends,
Come on.
so So baby, like one of them, like the it girls.
Yeah.
You know, everybody want to be their friend because they think like she
Right.
popping, she cute, she
Right.
got body, she got all this damn brand shit.
Pretty.
So her friends be dicky and like she be out of pocket. They be like, oh yeah, she right.
Oh wow.
Like what? Like no, she not right. Like what? You dumb. Like no. So when we first met,
So they gullible.
yeah, no, they just want to be her friend. You know how in high school you just had friends that want to be your friends, so they just like
Yeah, they
whatever
just
you
Cause
say.
you, cause you on and popping.
Yeah, like you. Yeah, no, sorry. We ain't doing that.
They
So when I first met her, when we first got close, she didn't like being held accountable. She would go mute on the unit, wouldn't talk. Like, oh, she must be mad at me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and I'm keep fucking with you though, because why you mad? So now after we all got cool, and I'm being honest, it wasn't until we all got cool to where now she see things from a different perspective. Because when I first was just close to her and saying stuff, she'd be like, what? No. And she was still doing the same goofy.
What's that called?
But then
Maturity, growth.
When y'all got in the picture, because it's different age groups, and it's males and females, she started to look at things different. Because then when we talk about stuff, she'd be like, oh, yeah, because when Eric said such and such, or when G said, or when my brother said such and such, like, so when we all got close, now she is starting to see things from a different perspective. Because all the males in her life is niggas.
I
All
can
educated-
see
all
clearly
educated,
now the rain is
all
gone.
her friends is, they got stuff going for themselves, but she the it girl. So like, oh, I want to be around her because she the it girl. But then all us like, we don't care about the it girl. Bitch, we trying to get money.
Right.
So
For real. To the bag.
But I feel like I've seen a lot of growth though from the last 2 years, so that's good.
Oh,
Yes, right now, so no.
All right, not too much beer.
oh, isn't that nice?
This is little.
But
You know-
51 right now.
Answer these questions.
Yeah.
Breaking up.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I like to keep my circle small. Like, I really got I wouldn't say trust issue. I do have trust issues, but I like to keep my circle small because it's less people I have to manage, in my life. You know, we live in a day and age people exposing, doing all types of shit. Like, oh, yeah, that's why I saw 3 roaches in the back of your crib. Like, it's all that shit like that piles up into like history with people. You know what I'm saying? I feel like nowadays, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I had my share of friends, and I felt like I learned early on. I probably learned in freaking middle school, like stuff like this. Like, so I got exposed early on to like friendships and things like that, and all that catty shit. So once I got to high school, that's when I started just like maneuvering around like a smaller circle, and I just felt like my mom always told me it's better to have a small tight circle than a big amount of people who just are around you because you bring good energy. I want people around me that I fuck with. I just don't want people around me just like, you know how even nowadays when you show up to like when I show up to most of my, like, I had 3 students who passed away and I went to their funeral. One of the kids' funeral was very like small, intimate. The other 2 funerals, it's like millions of people outside, like a whole, like, and to be honest, like, I already know I'm not gonna have that type of, cause I don't want that type of, I don't want people to know me just to be like, oh yeah, I know Eric, so I'm gonna just go to the funeral because I rock with them. No, I want people who generally fuck with me, and I just feel like even, when I started working at Devereaux, like, even though you said I was mean to you, but I was not mean to you. I actually introduced myself. Now, Carly, her first day, she got injured and by a squishy ball, and she talking about she was injured.
In my defense, the job was horrible and the staff was mean as shit. Nobody did not say hi, not even nothing. I didn't get trained, nothing. I got thrown into it.
Everybody gets thrown into it. Let's be honest. But granted, and then I met Amira, and I felt like me and Amira always been cool. Like we started off like, I didn't know she was going to be there for a while because she was already talking about, yeah, you already know so-and-so not giving me my weekends off and all that. I don't know if I'm gonna be here. So I'm like, all right, she about to be out the door, like, already. Like, because Amira already was coming in strong. Like, Amira came in strong. And that's the type of person she is. She don't really care about who you are. Like, she gonna say her piece, and that's gonna be that. So me and her became cool. I end up leaving the job. But we still stay in contact. Like, I used to come to work.
I begged him to come back.
Yeah, she did. She brought me back. But I used to. Yeah, yeah. But I used to. We kept in contact, but we weren't like keeping in contact the whole time. But when we came back, she told me about Gary, and to be honest, I'm like, this another nigga trying to replace me and shit, like. And actually, Gary gave me the cold shoulder when I was in training. So I thought we was all gravy. I don't think you remember. I thought we was all gravy because no, I was in training. So I was peeking through the door. I'm like saying what's up to everybody.
Gotcha.
Gary looked at me and ignored me. I'm like, this nigga, he was just shaking my hand in there. Now he being fake. Like,
51.
and
So let's be honest. Nope.
That's true. That's true. That's my.
Nope.
Hold on. Wait.
Nope.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
finish.
let you talk. But first, let me Kanye West this real quick.
All right.
The day that happened, we had a crisis. So I was walking with to the admissions area with a staff member to the admissions area because a kid broke the fire extinguisher thing and had the glass was about to hit themselves. He was in training with another staff female that was there. He had on his jumper with his yellow New Balances.
The fact that
and
he
a
know
brown
this.
shirt, and he went like this and said, "What's up?" And I looked at him and shook my head, thinking, "Well, damn, I'm happy he coming back, but now I got to go deal with this nonsense." Did you not have that on?
But I feel like that sounds
have
like
it,
Gary.
but
Like,
I didn't know. I didn't know at that time.
But was you not in the area next to the bathroom where office was?
But you are like an introvert.
Yes or no?
Thing. Like,
We're going to bleep those names out.
But anyway,
Was you not there?
back to your story.
So then that went on. I think when we came together, that's when I found out they were like doing like these little activities together. I'm like, dang, like where I been? So I felt left out a little bit. And again, prior to that, my circle always been small. I keep my circle small, and I just keep it that way because, again, I can manage everything, and we live in a world where everybody wants to know everything about who you are as a person. And to be honest, when people don't know too much about you, people be like, yo, where you from? Or they ask all these questions, and it's like, I'm giving you as much information as you need because I don't know you. So that's how that's how I operate. Me and Amira and Gary, like, we became cool, but me and Gary, I talked to Gary a lot because me and him was working on the same weekend, right? And me and Gary was talking about just like real estate, life in general, and
still my friend.
and we bonded. Like we bonded on a lot of things, and I was like, dang, like this actually my brother on the low. Like this my big brother. And then that's when and Amira always been in the group, but she didn't work our weekends. And then I felt like our bond got closer when we started like doing things together, going on like bowling and just having our and we created a group chat. Even though we be going at it in a group chat, you know, we call each other out in a group chat. But I remember recently, probably a couple months ago, me, Amira, and Gary, we had a heart to heart, and I felt like we opened up to each other and just like we were very like trustworthy on each person's story, and we actually like took a step back and just be like, yo, like whatever you going through, like I want to make sure I'm there for you. So like I really appreciate like the brotherhood, the sisterhood that we all form. And again, I say we are subgroups within groups, which is totally fine. Like everybody bonds differently, but I do feel like our us three, our friendship is like inseparable. Like we know how to call each other out, and then we'll take a break from each other a little bit, like
2 days.
yeah, 2 days, or call each other out for not responding, or oh, you been ghost, or what's been going on because I know something up because this.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah, so Mara be knowing things, but she don't be saying that. She just let it slide, and then like, so what's been going on? And then I say something, and then she be like, because I know something was weird going on. Like, so she be knowing, but she's just, I just sometimes y'all know how I am. I like my me time, and
then I did learn that though.
Yeah.
Like Brickle, like
Absolutely.
you are my one friend. Well, I have another friend too. Y'all need y'all space. So I love my one friend from a distance, but we've been friends for 15 years. So that was like, it took me a long time.
Right.
Like you are one that forced me to be like, and Gary be like, no, just leave him alone for a little bit. And I'm like, what? For what? But I'm learning. Let me not say I learned, because I be outside the check like, oh, so you just not going. I'm learning like to understand that people do respond to things differently. Everybody don't really need the support all the time
right.
until they're ready for it. So.
So
This
the
gonna be
circle,
like an hour.
no, it ain't. The circle within the circle within the circle. So yeah, we got the AGE, and we started that in the Poconos. when
And
was
we
on
got the
same
Fantastic
team.
Four.
And then we got the Fantastic Four, including Regina. Then we got the World Travelers, because Brick will mess with us when,
She feel like it.
or Bala Inn is closed, or the clock bar not open, and then we the last. The choice. But I mean, it's cool. It's Brick. She was rocking out with us before, but friendship-wise, to hold accountable, sometimes it's difficult for people to accept being held accountable and taking accountability. And, that ultimately you have to check yourself. You have to know who you are and know that you're making a mistake or messing up and somebody's doing it for the best. Sometimes people's delivery can be aggressive. Sometimes people's delivery can be passive. Sometimes people's delivery can be, it can be given in a place to make you feel like less of a person or dumb. But that's the ignorance that you have for yourself.
So can I pause for a second? I'm sorry.
I always do that.
Because I need all friends to understand.
She always interrupt.
That
She
it's
always
not
cut you off,
aggressive.
right?
It's not. It's love. It's assertive. It's straightforward. Like it's just love. Like, and if you are interpreting it that way, then that means that friendship might need to be reevaluated. Though, like I don't want to. You might hurt my feelings, but I don't want to think like, oh, is she being mean on purpose, or oh, is he coming at like that? That's not a comfortable friendship.
But if you
you
understand
need
the
to tone it
words,
down,
if
break
you
it down.
understand the
Okay.
words behind that, then it's different. I mean, some people show love by punching another person in their face.
Oh, here you go.
Some
Yeah.
people show love by patting them on the back, or some people show love by saying, "You know what? Just go ahead. I'll talk to you later." And then they be snapping and arguing and calling on, and
Or
you
people
give them
show
time
love
to
by being
decompress.
mean.
Or people show love by being mean. Hurt people hurt
Brick,
people.
brick.
And that is Brickle. Brickle is a very mean person, but I mean,
I
hey.
ain't mean to. I don't
Go
care
ahead.
about
How you
I
do?
don't-
Did you do your
I
hands?
don't think you mean.
She
Brick,
said,
brick.
How you
if
do?
I ain't mean to you, I don't care about you. Well, don't
Well-
care about me so I can see the nice side. Because at this point,
But friendship-wise, holding somebody accountable is big because you can help them ultimately with growth, and that's what it comes
Yes.
down to
That part.
at the end.
yes, we
And-
can't learn from each other. We don't need to be friends.
And I feel like everybody in here, we've all reached, especially me, I've reached a vulnerable point where I've saw tears come from every person sitting on this couch. And we was able to talk about that. I was able to say a prayer. We was able to talk and grow from that. And, we pour into each other the perfect way that we're supposed to. And that's why we're so diverse and we're able to do the things that we do together and be able to laugh and enjoy and jump off a dock into water and almost drown. Or,
Gary, I thought we was past that already.
And blame me.
because it was your fault.
or get in the bumper cars and get rammed multiple times, or
That I won.
or get screamed at and hit and yelled at and just be called names and whatever. Because that's just our relationship. we all balance and we're all different parts of the puzzle, and we come together when we need to, and that's how our friendship has grown. And what we alluded to earlier, speaking about friends, when it was a big group of 10 and we had Christmas parties together and we went bowling in the Arnolds and all of this, we tried to expand, but everybody can't reciprocate that. And when you can't reciprocate true friendship and allowing somebody to see the vulnerable sides, then it gets to a point to where it's though you gotta second guess yourself and take a step back. In relationships, I know if Regina's going through something, because Mike, he drinking. That's what he do. If Regina's
Our
going through
cameraman's
something,
about to go to sleep.
He fried.
slumped.
That
he got
time.
that bonnet on.
He had about 3 drinks
Baby
already.
said she didn't get a shot yet.
And he opened up the bottle and tried to be quiet with the brown bag, but it's cool.
Yeah.
If Regina going through something, I know, because that's the New York in us. So I kind of know, like, taking that trip to New York, what that could do. With Amira, I can tell. We go through our own little battles or whatever, but it all comes from a place of love. Eric, when it's sincere and he really going through something, we resonate, and I know how he feels. But then when he just getting on my nerves, he's L7 weenie, and I'm coming at him and Shadow Neck, and I don't care. Nobody gonna stop me till his big sister comes defend him.
But let's be real. Who been responding in those group chats? Us.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So don't.
He goes through his phases and his seasons of being a introvert,
I'm
but real social too. So I'm confused.
Yeah.
Which one is it? You gotta pick one.
He in between. He an introvert.
There you go. make up our own category. For
Ambivert is something, a cream that be coming on TV. Now you just said I got a disease.
Yeah.
I mean, going
And
isolated and just ignoring people is.
It's not.
Like
It's
introverts,
just,
they are a little bit of both, an introvert and an extrovert.
it's just me taking time to get myself together before I say something or give my negative energy or whatever I'm going through, putting that onto another person. And that's the last thing I want to do.
No, so I just, and this is something that you probably should work on as a group and a friend in the group, because Eric takes time. He like, oh no, I just don't feel like being bothered. He communicates. He don't want to be bothered. You just shut down.
Okay. And that's my
That's
And
not
no
normal.
that's
communicate.
my coping
That's
skill.
not normal. Communication.
That's my coping skill.
That's my coping
That's
skill.
not so that's a negative coping skill.
It's not.
And we all work in this field. That's a negative coping
And
skill.
we all
for
know that
everyone.
group message with Mike.
Two negatives is a positive.
You just went
Like
ghost.
pulled up, he just go mute. Like literally.
Yeah, he go mute.
Don't want to hear nothing just in your own little. That's not.
But then
that's not great
when I do
communication.
start talking, do I open up and tell you everything and I break it down?
You do.
I mean, but it's
Exactly.
time.
But-
But
Or sometimes it takes a lot to express that I just don't want to be bothered, right?
Right, and then you got
no, that's real easy to say that.
Yeah, that's easy
You
to
can
say.
practice it.
We
I
shall
don't-
see.
Stop talking to me right now.
Well, we shall see.
Some people may think it's easy. And
Say it all the time. Let's practice.
Right.
Might
But
not.
in certain situations where I feel as though I could be helpful, yeah, I'll pry and I'll try to give my all. But if they don't want it, then I also understand that I got to take a step back. And if we are those type of friends that I think we are, then they'll reach out. If not, I'll pray. I pray heavily for every single body. And then a lot of times I mind my business because that's not my place, and I already got too much shit going on in my life for myself. That's why extra miracles. So definitely pray for me. But other than
Gary
that,
just cursed. You heard him.
I cursed like 3 times. You cursed like 15 times. But pretty much that's basically it for me. Friendship. I value the friendship on this couch. I value, the memories that we all created. I wouldn't take it for granted. And yeah, we have had heart to hearts, all of us. Brick, when you was, that day I saw you crying, shed a tear when you was laying down in the bed because of that situation, and I was like, damn.
Oh yeah,
I never saw this side of Brickell, and I was happy for you, but I also, wanted to make sure that you were okay and felt the support from us that you haven't. So I do appreciate and value all the friendships that I have, and I'm happy that we built this, and I hope it continues to grow. That's it for me.
Absolutely. No, hopefully, I'm gonna be honest. This Costa Rica trip with this group,
The Dirty D tonight.
and I don't care what nobody say.
Talk about dirty D's. Told you.
This group,
That hot spot.
He is making an announcement. Y'all being rude.
this group to Costa Rica. I'm warning you. Mike is coming out. I'm not holding back. I don't got time for bullshit. We're on vacation. Y'all know how Orlando went.
So that means
Eric
no
needs
sleeping.
Eric needs another buddy.
Oh, I wasn't sleep on.
No, he talking about none of that BS nonsense. We going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time.
If you don't want to, you're getting left.
Very simple.
You
We're
don't
not.
wanna go to
It was
breakfast.
a lot. It took 5 hours to go one place.
Yeah. If you don't wake up for breakfast, you don't wake up for breakfast.
Right.
That's totally fine. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. This is gonna be a good resort. It's one of the top resorts, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves. And that's that. And if this group, if it don't go well, we are picking new people to travel with ASAP.
We're replacing you first.
Oh, y'all won't be replacing me.
To the left, to the left.
I ain't like that one. Sorry.
She go defending him. It's cool, Virginia.
But yeah, I do feel like our group dynamic and our friendships, like our main core group, we build a bond. I know we had our little spill, but you know we cool. All right, Carly, you know. And Brick,
That's
me and
just their
Brick,
relationship. I just feel like y'all can't not. You know what I'm saying? That it's gonna be weird.
Me and Brick, we be going at it, but we just laugh it out. Like
Eric
Brick,
defends Brickle all the time.
Brick
Mean
is
is.
like,
And he's talking about something. She's not mean.
She
yeah,
not.
but she is. If 10 people saying you're mean and one not, then
I
that tells
don't
something.
think Brick will mean. She funny as
Y'all
hell.
said I
She's just
mean?
old school.
Y'all told me and said, Brickle, you mean?
Should we pull up the group chat? Listen, I told you at some point that she was mean. Yeah.
Oh, y'all talk about it amongst yourselves.
No, in the chat that you're in, sweetheart.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right,
I don't remember.
We tell you you're
So-
mean to your face.
But that's fine.
you're not mean. To close
Thank
out,
you.
can we say the friendship song?
What? What's that?
For good times and bad times, I
So can we
be.
just do our thing
Oh, all right.
and just all say "shut the fuck out" at the same time or something? Because that's our little abbreviation. What is it? STS.
Space the fuck out?
Space the fuck out. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Mary. If only
Ma-
she was
yo,
with her white Ugg boots on and her white sweatsuit.
No, them polo boots.
we need Mary on. Mary gotta be on the one of the episodes. We gotta have.
Mary just gonna be smiling the whole
We'll put a
time.
picture up.
Oh,
We can put
shoot.
a picture
We
up.
gotta have a
Mary
Mary
spirit.
segment. Yeah, Mary is here in spirit. Yo, our cameraman is slumped. I wish y'all could see him right now. All right, so we're closing out episode 5, old school,
New school.
and shout out to our audience. Shout out to Amir, Brick, iCarly. Shout out to our cameraman who's literally drunk right now. Like, he's drunk. And shout out to our engineer, George. All right, we out.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace out. One love.